It's that time of year again when Samsung fans are faced with a decision. Although the latest Samsung Galaxy S23 flagship phones are quite tempting, for the holiday season it's highly likely that a newer and better Galaxy S24 lineup is around the corner. The upcoming Galaxy S24 series is scheduled to be announced in weeks. As we get closer to the event, leaks have started revealing details about the pricing of Samsung's new lineup and the possible removal of satellite connectivity. Yes, you heard it right. According to a known Korean website, an article has been published stating that mobile carriers in the country have initiated testing on the network connection of the Galaxy S24 Ultra to assess its compatibility with domestic networks. The reports from this website indicate that the S24 Ultra is not a prototype, but a finished product. Interestingly, those who tested this phone have mentioned that there won't be any satellite communication feature included in the S24 lineup. Yes, you heard it right. Samsung has decided to remove satellite connectivity from their models. Industry insiders now suggest that this feature will only arrive with their next iteration, which would be the S25. This situation seems peculiar because we recently saw a screenshot of One UI 6.1 for the S24, which clearly displayed this feature under emergency settings. So what exactly happened? Why did Samsung decide to remove this feature 2 weeks before their event? According to a news report from ET News, Samsung is currently conducting network tests in Korea for its Galaxy S24 series. Surprisingly, it seems that the new devices will not include satellite connectivity, which has been a topic of discussion since Apple introduced it in their iPhone 14 series last year. In the past, Samsung mentioned that they were waiting for the technology to be ready before incorporating it into their phones. However, it remains unclear what they are waiting for, especially considering that their own cellular modems for Exynos chipsets now support satellite connectivity, and Exynos is expected to be used in some capacity on the Galaxy S24 series. On a scale within the Android community, Qualcomm recently discontinued its efforts towards satellite connectivity. There hasn't been much news about new developments in this area. It's possible that Samsung's leadership evaluated the situation and decided that the satellite capability was not up to their standards, leading them to exclude it from the release. Another possibility is that we should take this news with a grain of salt, as there might have been some misunderstanding or misinformation from ET News. So there might still be a chance that the Galaxy S24 does indeed include satellite communication capabilities. Apart from this, yesterday we received information about the pricing of the S24 lineup in Europe. It appears that the S24 will start at €899, while the S23 has a price tag of €949. As for the S24 Plus, it is rumored to be priced at €1149, which is cheaper than the S23 Plus, priced at €1199. Interestingly, there seems to be a RAM upgrade from 8 to 12 gigs for the Plus model this time. According to a leak, it seems that in Canada and the US, both the Galaxy S24 and Galaxy S24 Plus will come with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor. However, in all countries around the world, these two phones will be equipped with the Exynos 2400 processor. On another note, it is worth mentioning that globally only the Galaxy S24 Ultra will exclusively use Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. It comes as no surprise that compared to its predecessor, Galaxy S24 Ultra brings upgrades and cutting-edge AI technology. If you are on a quest for top-of-the-line features and performance capabilities, waiting for this model is definitely worthwhile. However, let's not forget that even today's Galaxy S23 Ultra remains an outstanding flagship smartphone, with power matching its unboxing experience. Now for those excited, we're going to run through the full specs, design, and the price for each model in this 24 series to help you guys decide which one is right for you. Now for my regular viewers, you guys have seen this, so just skip to the next video, but if you're new here, then hit subscribe button for future updates too. Now we'll get right into it. The standard Galaxy S24 is coming with a 6.2-inch, 120Hz dynamic AMOLED display. We get a resolution of 2340 by 1080, and it's going to be using Samsung's new M13 OLED panels protected by Gorilla Glass Victus 2 with an Armor Aluminium 2.0 protection. We get a 12 megapixels punch hole camera for the selfies. Then on the rear, it's a 50 megapixels primary camera, a 12 megapixels ultra wide, and a 10 megapixel telephoto, and of course it's going to be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 in Canada and USA. while rest of the countries worldwide are going to be getting the Exynos 2400. We get 8 gigs of RAM and a choice of 128 or 256 gig storage, and this is going to be a UFS 4.0. It comes with a 4,000 mAh battery, and while having a 25 watts fast charging. We do know that we're getting 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, and Wi-Fi 7. Now it's coming with One UI 6.1 based on Android 14, and it's expected to launch from about $850 to $900, and that's going to be in February 2024. Now next up, we've got the Galaxy S24 Plus with a 6.7-inch 120Hz dynamic AMOLED display. We get an upgraded Quad HD Plus resolution of 3120 by 1440, and it's going to be using Samsung's new M13 OLED panel, and again protected by Gorilla Glass Victus 2 with an Armor Aluminium 2.0 protection. We get a 12 megapixels punch hole camera for the selfies, then on the rear again, it's a 50 megapixels primary, a 12 megapixels ultra wide, and a 10 megapixel telephoto. It's going to be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 in Canada and USA, while rest of the countries worldwide are going to be getting the Exynos 2400, and again we get 12 gigs of RAM, then the choice of 256 or 512 gig storage, which will be UFS 4.0. It comes with a 4,900 mAh battery while having 45 watts fast charging, and again we get 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, and Wi-Fi 7. It's coming with One UI 6.1 based on Android 14, and it's expected to launch from about $1,050. Now finally, we've got the most premium, the Galaxy S24 Ultra. With this 24 Ultra, we got a 6.8 in 120Hz dynamic AMOLED display. It's got a resolution of 3088 by 1440, and again, it's using Samsung's new M13 OLED panel protected by Gorilla Glass Victus 2. We get a 12 megapixels punch hole camera for the selfies, then on the rear it's a 200 megapixels primary camera, a 12 megapixels ultra wide, we get a 50 megapixels 5 times, as well as a 10 megapixels 3 times telephoto zoom. Despite previous rumors it's going to be powered up by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 in all regions, and it's only this 24 and this 24 Plus that is still going to be using the Exynos, and with this 24 Ultra, we get up to 12 gigs of RAM with the choice of 256, 512, and 1 terabyte of storage. And this is of course UFS 4.0. It comes with a 5,000 mAh battery, and while having 45 watts fast charging, and we're also going to get 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, and Wi-Fi 7. Now it's coming with One UI 6.1 based on Android 14, and it's expected to launch from $1,250. So overall, the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra brings a fresh design with more strength and much brighter display, on top of upgraded hardware and lots of new AI features. The inclusion of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 in all models of the Ultra feels like a good move from Samsung, and with upgrades across the whole lineup, it should see plenty of success. Now, because of the similarities to the predecessor, though it's probably not going to make anyone with an S23 Ultra rush for an upgrade, but for anyone with an older S phone or looking to get their first S phone, then it's going to be a great choice. Now, of course, being so close to launch, more and more details are going to continue to come in, and I'm going to be sharing them as soon as they do. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future. So, what are your thoughts on these pricing for the upcoming S24 lineup? Share it down below in the comments section, and for more updates you can check out our channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you for the next time. Peace out.